Peace to the family. What does it mean to be in poverty? Well, in short, to be in poverty is the inability to afford emergencies and dreams. You can't afford an emergency if it takes place, and your dreams, you can't afford those anyway. That's why those are dreams. So the goal and the purpose of today's presentation is to get you in the path where you could be in the abode of wealth. And that is to have no constraint or obligation over several different types of freedom, be it social freedom, okay, be it freedom of health, be it freedom of time, okay? We exchange time for money. We don't have the liberty. We're not at liberty to say, you know what, I'm going to chase the forecast and fly over there because I don't like the weather over here. Because then we got to see how many sick days we got, if this is our vacation week. So you exchange time for money. You don't have the freedom to do what you got to do. So just think about that. Poverty is the inability to afford your emergencies and your dreams. We can't afford our dream house. We can't afford an emergency that takes place with our children. Most of us don't even have insurance, and if we do, it's trash. Okay? Well, I'm gonna have my publicist come on today. I'm looking for my publicist, and we're gonna have a good build. Press 9, Dennis, if you're in there. Let's see if I can see. Nope, that's not him. Press 9. I'm looking for him to come in. We're going to have a serious build about black people because, thanks. I appreciate it. We're going to have a conversation about our people, man, because our people be wanting handouts and shit. And they get mad because they feel like black people that are wealthy owe them something. I know we don't promote black on black, but this is one of them instances where we will promote black on black. So this is the slick or black chic, and then this is the matte black. So this is the black on black. That's what we doing. Talk to me nice. It's like a damn boat in here. Talk to me nice, man. Come on, you know we ain't coming out unless the car's $250,000 a month. You know how that go. Come on, baby. Like, why you gotta call me when Yo, I'm on live. Hello? Yeah. Instagram. All right. Yeah, it's a black on black thing. Not all black on black. Violence is bad. I'm killing them in this one. So this is that black on black that ain't that bad. Look at this. We're going to press this button right here. We don't close our own doors either. Talk to me nice. Or don't talk to me at all. We don't close our own doors. If we're going to make this money, brotherpolight.com. Let's get this show on the road. Thank you guys for your patience. I see more of you coming in. I'm just gonna... Come on, Dennis, where you at? Got me out here hanging. Pause. brotherpolight.com. You go to brotherpolight.com. Make this money with me. I'm doing these courses. Cash is king, credit is queen. Giving people access to $100,000 at a time. I just posted a testimony. I got several, but I had to do this live stream because I know it's getting late on the East Coast. But yeah, I want you guys to come in and get your courses, get access to $1/10,000,000. It's your legal right to get at least $1/10,000,000. That's a fact. Cash is king, credit is queen. So you get those kind of courses. Then you also get the day trading course, make money on a day-to-day basis. We got that coming this Sunday. We got a exclusive class coming this Sunday, and I'll be giving you in the money text like I did before for that first class to let you know what you can make money off of in a few minutes. So look out for that during this week as well. Okay? Took my credit from 590 to 805 in 35 days. Thank you, T-Walk, the Hawk Fitness. There go another testimonial. Said that I took his credit from 590. Look at those comments. 590 to 805 in 35 days. Thank you, my brother. His name is T-Walk, D-A, Hulk, H-U-L-K, Fitness. Let's go live. There you go.
Hey,
This is my publicist. Let me make sure Let me get this thing going. Let me.
Oh, I was just doing a little counting. I got the package.
Hey, you got my payment? That's what.
I'm counting. I'm counting.
Hey, I gave you a lot more than that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good here. Hold on. Not.
Hey, raise it a little higher so we can see on the split screen.
Wait, you talking about the what? You talking about this? You talking about this?
Yeah, because they say I don't support black people.
This here? Oh yeah, this is 10.
Yeah.
This yeah. You took care of me. I'm just yeah. It's good. All there. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Hey, but it don't stop there. Hold on. It don't stop there.
Okay.
Because it's plenty more where that come from.
Okay. Oh, are we doing it like that? We
well, you already
like
know.
Huh?
This is black greatness.
Huh?
Because they say I only support white people.
Oh,
that's what they say.
No. That's a lie.
But you don't look European to me.
No.
And I hired you.
Not even on my lightest day.
Hey, this is just my registration. That's all this is.
Oh, yeah.
I get pulled over. I just tell them this is my registration.
Absolutely. No, really. Thank you for the payment. You're always on time. Always on time.
You already know. This is a celebrity publicist. Don't worry. This is just in the pocket. This pocket change.
Oh yeah.
Pocket change.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my thing is to teach the people how to get this money, right? But then they want to complain because I charge for the classes. But I'm like, the class is like $99, $120 for the UCC and real estate class. The stock classes are, what, $100 or even $150 max. The cryptocurrency class, forex trading cryptocurrency, I think it's $150 or $100. Whatever the case is, you're going to make exponential amounts of money. If you can't invest in yourself, if you want me to teach everything for free, like tonight is a free class, right? And I do plenty of free classes. But to keep this thing honest, the first step is for you to invest in yourself to take this information serious. Before we go forward, I want them to understand the expedience of having a publicist when it comes to building their brands. Because when I started making things happen, I couldn't rely on the conscious community to give me this information. They gave me a lot of rhetoric, talk about the white man, call him all sorts of names, blame him for why we can't transcend the depths of poverty. And I hear all of that. And we should know about history and we should have a fair account of it. But we don't need 50 different teachers all speaking in condescending manners about non-black races, as if that's going to uplift us. So I got my own lane where I'm like, yo, when y'all done getting riled up and hype about doing things to other races that you're not going to do, when y'all done throwing plastic bottles at riots and destroying your own community and lowering the property value of your community once you riot, which is the inception of gentrification. So then when white neighborhoods find that their price value is going up higher than they could afford, they can make a mass exodus into the black community with all of our vacant store spots, and they can leverage the opportunity we created for them by destroying our neighborhood and the inability to erect businesses in our neighborhood. And then we call it gentrification, like we can't employ gentrification in other neighborhoods either. We make it sound like white people have a monopoly on gentrification, like black people can't do it. But the reality is, if our people, wanted to employ gentrification, we would still have to get rid of the hostiles and the unresourceful people that live in our community that devalue it. So one way or the other, some black people got to get the hell out of the community, one way or the other, right? So I'm not against gentrification because we can employ it ourselves. We got this thing in our head where only non-black people can employ it, and it works to the disadvantage of our people. But if you want to make your community better, you're going to have to get rid of the people that devalue your properties in your community as well. But aside from that point, when I started coming up very early in the game, I invested in my accountants, two of which I have CPA. So I invested in having CPAs. I invested in having an attorney. I got three different attorneys, one of which is an entertainment attorney. That's important because I'm in the media. All right. But let's just say attorney, two accountants. Let's say that. Okay. So let's say an attorney, two accountants, an agent. Okay. Shout out to my brother Clarence. You know what I'm saying? Doing major stuff for iHeart, media. But I got my agent Clarence. I should have brought him in on this too. I got my publicist. So let's think about this. So I have my attorney, 2 accountants, an agent, right? And a publicist at the very least. Starting 5. Okay? Or we can say one of them is a 6-man because I'm talented. Right? So
Facts.
I'm the superstar on the team, but I built the team around me because if you want to be successful and you don't want to have a sole proprietorship, you want to be able to employ other people and really lament your claim as far as your legacy is concerned and your brand is concerned, you have to surround yourself with qualified people who have made suitable proficiency in the preceding degrees in the genre that is most warranted in order to propel your career or use it as a catalyst to take you from the ground floor to the next floor. So I would like you to impart wisdom on the brothers and sisters that's listening as to the significance and the expedience of having a publicist or a media pro, if you will.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I want to thank you for inviting me onto your platform tonight to build with you and also to share. Primarily, a publicist or a media pro is someone who takes their client to the next level in the media. Because you'll start out, you may have a nice following, but you have to reach the publications that are going to magnify your messaging. So that's what I do. I help magnify your messaging. I also act as a crisis manager, and crisis manager is a part of the whole publicity landscape. So crisis manager manages situations that will arise throughout that client's career or business. So in your case, really haven't had, a few crisis management situations, but they were very easy. But for the most part, give you a platform to get on television, radio, and social media platforms. So essentially, if you don't have a good publicist to amplify your messaging, then you're going to be talking in a room.
Hey, your volume went out. Your volume's out. No one can hear you. No one can hear you. Can't hear you. How about you sign off and sign back in? Yeah, I think we in tune, though we can't hear each other. There you go. So yeah, I want to give you guys some game because some of y'all want to get put on and you going to the wrong people to get put on, or you doing random emails and random phone calls thinking that you're going to get put on, and that's not the way to get put on. You got people that specialize in these things, just like you have managers, but then you have agents. Legally, a manager shouldn't really be creating deals for you and contracts where money is involved. Okay, they do it all the time. Managers be kind of doing what agents do. But the agents that are beholden to agencies are really the ones that's supposed to create the opportunities for you to get paid. Like if I go on a major syndicated radio show, it's not warranted or it's not legal for the manager to be like, yo, you got to pay my client this and the third. Really, an agent's supposed to do that. So we're going to take this to the next level. We got to know how to do things properly. And these people traditionally have the resources. They should have the resources and the network to accommodate for your needs properly, so you're not just out here randomly waiting for someone outside the radio station seeing if you can get put on. A lot of times I can hear you. A lot of times people want to get with Denzel Washington to get into a movie, but what they don't realize, if you're really serious about working with him, Denzel is not the person you need to connect with.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times you just look at the celebrity and you think, yo, if I could just meet that celebrity and give them my CD or give them my portfolio, I'll get put on. But the celebrity doesn't deal with that. You got to find out that celebrity's team and to whom it concerns on that team if you're serious about doing some work with them. You don't go to the actual celebrity for that. You know, so we already, these pipe dreams we have comes on account to a lack of information. So I hope you guys will be able to appreciate the data that we disseminate today. But go ahead, my brother. Media Pro, Publicist,
Right, and I'm looking at some
management.
I'm looking at some of the one of the comments. Someone said, "How do you get access to a publicist?" There are different levels of publicity. Typically, you want to find someone that has a specialty in your area. If it's entertainment, you seek out someone that has a familiarity in entertainment. If it's film, television, or if they have the whole gamut of film, television, and all gamuts of entertainment, then that's the person you seek out. If you're working in fashion, then you want to find a fashion publicist. A fashion publicist typically is not someone you're going to have as your entertainment publicist, because that's not what they do day to day. And I've worked with a lot of different companies, brands, individuals. And you are unique in that I've seen how you elevated just with some of my services, but primarily, some clients you got to really hold their hand to get them to a certain level. It wasn't the case with you. And we started out years ago. How many years have we been working together? How many years?
Over a decade.
Over a decade.
Over a decade.
You've been on every major cable show. You've been on The Breakfast Club. You've been on Hollywood Unlocked. You've been on, just so many outlets.
That's right. That's right.
And do you remember the first time we had media training?
Yeah. And I was pissed off with all the shit you was telling me.
Right. But look at where you're at now.
That's
look at where you're at now. So you did touch on a very important point. You need to have a good accountant or several, a taxation accountant. You need to have a business manager. You need to have an attorney, entertainment, criminal. And I'll just say, you don't have to be a criminal.
Gotta have it.
You just gotta have it. You don't have
gotta
to
have it. Hey, let me say this. I got three defense attorneys on retainer that I pay for every month. And we always say, hopefully I never need to use them.
Absolutely.
But you may say this. You may say, damn, so you just gonna, this is like paying for insurance. You get, liability or full coverage. All right.
Gives you peace of mind. Peace of mind, you know you have it. Absolutely.
When that car gets stolen, you wish you had full coverage to accommodate for the full price, right? So I got attorneys on retainer, but let's say there's an accusation that demands that I have to get locked up, right? Let's just say.
Good topic there. Good topic. Go ahead.
Yeah. So watch this. You don't want to start doing research on what kind of attorney is best for your situation. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have to find out the attorney that is beholden to that particular jurisdiction. Your attorney can get all that done. Now watch this. Your attorney can also have you like, look, I'm gonna tell you the time that you can turn yourself in. Your attorney will correspond with the detective, and the detectives will know not to speak with you, which is important, because if they say, yo, we want you to just come and make a statement, they'll use your statement against you, and you have the right not to negotiate against yourself or bear witness to yourself. This is y'all got to read those amendments, right? But anyway, so not to make this long, because that's not what we want to go into, but I just want to say this. The significance of having a defense attorney on deck, of which I have a team of 3, 2 males and a woman. But the reason why you want to do it this way, let's say you get in a situation and it's like, damn, this shit is nuts, and you got to turn yourself in, or you need someone to correspond back and forth with the attorney, whatever.
Right,
you don't want to be doing research last minute. You don't want to do something, because if you make a statement, then you come out, then that statement is used against you. You surrendered your right to remain silent. Right. Now you can't be silent because you already spoke. So your defense attorney is going to have a letter sent to the detective. Is going to be an invocation, right? And this means that they've been hired to represent you in any and all circumstances, predicated upon you needing a defense attorney. That's one. So now you ain't got to think. And then let's say you got to turn yourself in. Your defense attorney would be like, yo, turn yourself in 2-3 days from now at such and such time. So it's a revolving door. So what that means is your defense attorney should already have a connection with a bail bondman. The
Right.
bond can be
Everything's negotiated.
yes, the bond can be $300,000 for you to get out. That just means you got to pay 10% or something like that, right? So, if it's 300,000, you need 30,000. You know, something like that. If it's 100,000, you need 10,000. But anyway, your defense attorney is going to have the bail bondsman in their back pocket. That's going to be set. They're going to know what day you should turn yourself in. That's the most convenient, because if you go in on a Friday on a weekend, you ain't coming back out till Monday. And that's if there ain't no bond. But if there's bond, your defense attorney will have everything worked out in such a way that it's a revolving door, that when you go inside, you'll be coming right back out inside of 1 to 3 hours or so. And now you can fight your case while continuing your business and your personal life. Now, what normally happens to people is they get locked up, and then they got to figure out, their wife got to find somebody, or their mom's got to find somebody. And that's not, you don't want to start having people on the outside finding somebody for you. Find those people now. Especially being black, all black people should have some kind of defense attorney on standby. All black fucking people. All black people. You get pulled up by the damn cops. If you got your invocation, I walk around my invocation everywhere I go. Okay? It's always in one of my Louis bags, or whatever bag that I got going on, my red bottom bag. I walk around with a copy of my invocation in my phones and a hard copy in my bags. So the second they pull up and they know you got a defense attorney, it really resonates with people. I'm telling you this. I keep one in my cars, I keep one in my bags, and I keep them in my phones. Once people know that you legitimately have a defense attorney, it changes the color of the situation. Y'all may say, damn, this sounds like a guilty nigga. How you know all of this? You got to know your rights, and you got to know the things. And people may say, yo, but I thought you stand pro se and you're sovereign and you defend yourself. At the same rate, we got to speak the language that these people speak, because they don't understand all of that. They understand the word invocation. If they see that kind of document, they know that you have representation, and they can be implicated because they understand that average brother or sister doesn't have representation, so they can do whatever the freak they feel like they can do. I keep cameras. Real quick, I keep cameras in my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I got cameras all over my house. I got invocation letters and documents around. Like, yo, y'all may say, yo, this motherfucking paranoid, but the more money I get, the more reason I have to exercise extreme caution. You can't give me a drink without me being skeptical where the drink came from. I don't eat at events. I don't let weird women pull up. And I mean by weird, they can be beautiful, but the pretense in which they may pull up, I pay attention. And when people troll me, I just question if they're an agent trying to figure out the things that makes me upset, so they can have intel, so they can use me against myself. You got to think like this at all times. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, you've learned well from you've learned well.
Life.
And you know how I move with cameras. You know I am very conscious about the people in my circle, and you have to be that way. And you don't want to have someone else go search through the yellow pages for someone that they don't know what they practice. So you're right about that.
Knowledge.
With no knowledge.
With no knowledge. Fight on your behalf.
You know, I noticed lately that people have been shooting all kind of different questions to you, and you and I haven't had one of these lives in a while. I want to ask you a few questions. I put a few questions together. I want to ask you that, you know, you can address some of the things that some people have been having questions about. And primarily, I want to know, like, are wealthy black people holding back black people from being liberated?
Absolutely not. And I was having this conversation earlier, mildly, that people have this false sense of entitlement. Black people feel like wealthy black people owe them something. As if, Dennis, you didn't come from poverty in the hood. As if I didn't come from poverty in the hood. We're different generations, but we come from similar circumstances, right or wrong.
Facts.
And so neither you or me owes anybody that's where we was anything. And what we choose to give is at our discretion. It's not nobody's right to demand what we do with our resources. What they should do is pick themselves up and then demonstrate what should be done with resources to inspire us if they feel like we're not doing the right thing. So that's one. So no, wealthy black people are not responsible for the hindrance of the liberation of black people. And so people may say, yo, Polight, but you always in a $300,000 car, $400,000 truck. You know, it's shit like that keeping black people back. No, it's not.
So that brings me to my next question. How do you feel about people saying that you are a walking contradiction, you know, because you are a black man, but you buy jewelry and clothes from white people?
Well, and this is where people go too far. All black people buy clothes from white people. The problem is, if your clothes are way more expensive than most black people's, then they say you're doing something wrong. But they can wear the cheaper European brands, and they're not holding back the liberation movement. But if I wear something expensive, then I'm holding back the liberation movement. But a lot of times people chastise me, D, like these fedoras that I be wearing, they don't even know that this is a black brand.
Keith James. That's right.
This is Keith and James.
Yeah.
This is a brother right here. You could go to Keith and James on Instagram.
That's right.
And you'll see it's a brother. And these hats cost $500 and up. These headdresses. This fedora's over $500. And y'all see me constantly wearing different versions. And when I wear X amount of them, I buy the same color again. Because depending on the situation, I want to come out super fresh. So I done spent thousands of dollars just on fedoras alone. But I don't got to come out and make professions. Yo, everybody, I just want to be clear. I'm wearing a black brand. I don't believe in all of that. But what I'm telling you is, a lot of times, D, people go on my chat, yo, yeah, you always, they may say, yo, how much that hat is? And I may say, oh, I spent $600 for this one. And then they go, oh, you see, you always wearing the European things. Don't you feel like buying something from a brother? And, you know, a lot of times, I just say, yo, I hear you. I don't even tell them, like, you jackass. This is actually a brother's brand that I'm wearing right now, right? And so we're not holding back the black liberation movement by buying a $400,000 vehicle or $300,000 vehicle, because how many black people are actually able to buy a $300,000 vehicle? We got to consider the people that's buying the $200-$300 sneakers, because there's millions of those guys. There ain't a bunch of people buying $400,000 vehicles. And the reason why we got to look at those people is because they should be living below their means before they invest their money in that manner. How many people live in the projects or lower income communities and they at least got a Benz?
That's
you
right.
should be driving a Toyota.
That's
right. You should wait until it's your time to come up. But I'll be it for me to tell somebody what to do with their money. I'm not going to go out my way and say, yo, you don't deserve that. If you feel like you deserve that and that's where you want to appropriate your funds before you completely come out the hood, that's on you. But the presumption is, if I can be in $300,000 cars, I most likely am not misappropriating my funds. And I must have figured something out. It doesn't mean everyone that's driving in expensive cars is not spending more than they could afford. It's just a certain presumption that, hey, I don't live in the hood. So if you live in the hood and you're spending money in ways where it's above your means, perhaps you want to reconsider that. So a lot of times people don't understand how this game works. What's holding the liberation movement back is not the black people that spend large amounts of money on things most black people don't spend on. What's holding the liberation movement back is most black people spending money on things that they shouldn't be spending money on. Granted, they don't like their situation. So I'm not holding nobody back for acting my wage. You see, I'm acting my wage. I'm not holding nobody back by acting my wage. It's the people that are not acting their wage that's holding the community back. And I'm going to tell you what's holding the community back. It's not the $300,000 car buyers. It's not the chain buyer. And let me say this. The last chain I bought is over $100,000, right? Shout out to my man, Pete. You know, I think it's Marco Pete online, or Pete Marco 90210.
Yeah,
shout out.
Right.
Shout out to my jeweler, very popular jeweler, Pete Marco 90210. You know, spent over $100,000 in there, I think, last week. And they say, yo, you patronize the white man. But what you don't know is Marco Pete and I are doing business. And he created an opportunity for me to make more than what I spent back with him. Okay? And that's beyond me promoting his shop. I just choose to do that because I support anyone that supports me. People be complaining to me about where I'm spending my money, And then I ask them, did you buy any of my books? Do you buy any of my courses? Or do you just want everything that I do for free? And all the time, I say, yo, if you could produce a receipt showing that you bought something from me while you're telling me what I need to do with my money, I'll keep the rest of this conversation going. Not one person who has gone out their way to tell me that, yo, you shouldn't spend money with the white man. Not one of them has spent anything with me, but they want to tell me where to spend my money. I spend my money with who supports me. I spend my money. If somebody puts money on the table for me to feed my family, then you can get out of here before that black shit you talking about.
Okay. Hold right there.
I'm just being real. I'm being real.
But let me ask you this. So when you
being real.
When people say, do you believe you should buy your products and services from only black people? What do you say when people say that?
That's trash. That's complete trash. You should buy whatever you want to buy. You should buy whatever you like. Of course, we should make a concerted effort to patronize our people when it suffices, right? But I'll tell you this, D. If you wasn't a qualified publicist, if you didn't meet the criteria that I need, if you didn't exceed the expectations that I had, and there was an Asian that could, it's not my responsibility to keep you around until you build yourself up to my criteria.
Right.
When you get on the level, maybe I'll reconsider you, but I'm going to hire the Asian. Because this is my career, and this is my family I got to feed. And I can't have them on wait because I'm on this black criteria. Let me just keep looking. No. Whoever created an opportunity based on the merit of their work, where I wind up finding out about them, maybe you got the SEOs in the headlock. Maybe when I type in the search engine, you keep popping up. Maybe I keep seeing your commercial pop up. Maybe I heard about you on the radio because you invested in yourself. Maybe several people told me about you and I couldn't deny it. That's your responsibility. Responsibility is responsibility. It's not my responsibility to wait till you get your shit together. It's my responsibility to build a strong enough brand so I can hire my own people, so I can take care of my multiple wives, so I can take care of my multiple children. That's my responsibility. So if I got to hire an Asian or two or hire a European or three in order to facilitate my goals as a pro-black man, then it's the art of war. I got to do what I got to do by any means necessary. But to handicap myself by purposely hiring a black person that doesn't meet my criteria, that is not qualified enough to service a person like me, would be asinine. This would be ridiculous. This would be contradictory to my cause.
It would be foolish. It would be foolish. Now I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe in bringing a professional on for on-the-job training. You come to, you know, someone asked me recently, and they have a big mayoral race happening in Atlanta because Keisha Lance Bottoms just decided she didn't want to run the second term. So they asked me about two individuals that are council people. They said, do you think that they should be running? Would you support their candidacy? I said, absolutely not. First, one of them, I'm not going to put their names out there. One of them is easily baited in social media to be controversial. We want someone who has experience in running a city like this. So, you know, I'm endorsing, I'm going to say Kasim Reed. I put him out there. He was the mayor of Atlanta for 2 terms. He knows the city. So I don't think you should even try to apply to work with someone like you unless you have the skill set. Legal, accounting, publicity, agent, managerial. You must have that qualification. And most of my clients come from referral. And I got some big name clients. When I say big name, big name, like big name. But
yeah,
I like to play for them. I don't need to be in the forefront for them. My job is to make sure the task at hand is getting done. I don't need to be in front of the camera. I need to be behind the scenes.
Let me show you. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So the people who criticize me work for the white man. So now I'm in position and the white man can work for me. Y'all don't see nothing empowering about that? Like, if the white man is working for me for a damn change, let me enjoy that shit for a little bit. Because traditionally, I got to be his damn security guard.
Right.
You know, traditionally, the woman got to be his cashier.
Absolutely.
You know, we got to babysit his damn plantation. So if I get to hire some non-blacks to work for me, I think that's pretty empowering too, that the shit is on the other side of the table now. The scales have tilted. And it's not undermining to work for somebody, but I like to say for my people that are servicing me, I like to say they work with me, not for me. Like, I like to say you work with me, Dennis, because you do something that I don't do. So how could you be really working for me? I say you work with me because we're building this together. And
Absolutely.
then we benefit together, and you get a percentage and fair ratio. So I like to say we work with each other. So people got to also see the empowerment and the ability for other races to service us from time to time instead of us working for them, rendering our services to them, quote unquote, on the plantation. And then another thing I want to say is, what hinders the liberation movement, if we're going to keep it a buck, how much money am I responsible for, or the people that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on change, right? Let's just use that. Who's making more money for the white man? The person who works a 9 to 5 throughout the year, or the person who buys a chain once out the year or twice? Who's making the community buying chains, or the plethora of black people who work for the white man morning, noon, and goddamn night, work a 9 to 5? Who's making more money for the white man? The workers are, not the damn entrepreneurs. So should I start making videos slandering and telling you guys y'all fucking up the liberation movement because y'all over here making money and building up his businesses and sending his children to school? Some Negro try to say I'm sending somebody's children to school. I said, not. I can impossibly send more children to school than you if you working overtime and shit. He was just bragging about the overtime he working, and how I'm a disgrace to the community. I'm like, yo, hold on, fam. You also working overtime for this white man, and you work for him throughout the year. You're doing more than 40 hours according to you.
Time and a half, so, double time.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever he's giving them is a small percentage of what he's making. Absolutely. You're making money for the white man. I may spend something periodically with him. That's all that is. And I buy what I like. But at the end of the day, if you don't employ more black people than I do, like right now, y'all looking at one of the people that I employ to do a service for me that he is competent enough to render. But y'all not going to turn around and share the video and say, yo, he does have a black publicist. Y'all not going to do that. Y'all not going to turn around and see every woman that I'm with. I employed every woman you see me take a picture with. Not only have I employed them, they all make 5 figures. Not one woman going to lie about it. They all make 5 figures. If they're not, they're in training. Because I don't keep no one around me that I don't teach how to make money. This is a fact. Anybody that you see around me, they make money with me. It's a fact. But y'all not going to say, yo, I think that's ingenious that this brother has all these women around, and all those women can say, yo, Brother Polight teaches me how to make money, and I make my own, and I got enough of my own money that if I don't want to be around Brother Polight, I not only can leave, but that well ain't going to run dry until probably maybe 2-3 years if they sat back and did nothing. Like, I'm really on that type of time. But you see, people ain't going to say, yo, you know what? How much people did Polight employ? I employ over 100 people. And that's not to count the people you see around me that I work with. And that's not to count my agent who's black, my publicist that's black. Okay, one of my attorneys is black. I'm going to keep it a buck with you now, all of them. You know, one of my entertainment attorney is black. My defense attorneys are Jewish. It's a secret relationship between blacks and Jews. I have healthy relationships with the Jews. All right, I have to pick them because sometimes I need the complexion for the protection. Sometimes I'm based on what I need.
I would be remiss if I didn't shout Maui Davis, one of my attorneys, and Drew Finley, one of my attorneys who also represents Cardi B, Offset, bunch of people. And Maui Davis is one of the best civil rights attorneys in Atlanta. And then Gerald Griggs, you know, so I spread love. Hey,
shout out to I Am Loyalty Films, who said he made millionaires in the pandemic. Name a leader who done that. That's what I'm saying. Brotherpolight.com. Y'all see me posting these receipts. I've made lots of people lots of money, but you will turn around and look at my fedora and castigate me before the world and say all I do is buy expensive things from white people, and then the fedora is also from a black-owned business. But like I said, to also elaborate more.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I happen to have one of those in here too.
I know. I already know.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody complaining in here. Nobody, ain't nobody complaining in here. Nobody.
No, nobody claim. No one's complaining.
No, ain't.
I
Don't
ain't
flinch.
I
Hey, hold on. Can you pick up long distance calls?
Hello.
I'm calling long distance.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on. Hello?
Get some more reception. There you go. Can you hear me?
Hello. Oh, I see. Hey. How you
Okay.
doing?
Yeah. How you doing? This is Brother Polight. Yo, and you know what? People should be happy. People should be happy to see our people be able to clown like that and have fun, and respect the game, man. Just respect the game, because you know what? It's like sometimes people be more happy if they could just find out you're struggling. But to elaborate more on the question you was having and the question that you proposed to me, I want to say I don't really respect when people promote their business to me, and the first thing that I hear is a black business.
Right.
Because it's almost like you asking me for a handout. For me,
right. Talk about it.
I don't want to know if your business is black. I could probably tell just based on your complexion, But aside from that, I don't want to patronize somebody because they black if they're promoting their product to me. I make a concerted effort to patronize black people if the opportunity is there for me to discern or distinguish amongst one product to another. If my people are also making that product and it's available to me, I'll go my way and do that. I'll say, you know what? Well, I got to support the brother or the sister. That I'm down with. But to buy something solely based on the fact that you're black, I'm a consumer. So I would like to get something I actually like. I would like to get something that's quality. So when I sell my services to people, I don't say, please support me because I'm black. I say, my service works. I get you $100,000 for my credit restoration microwave. I don't need to tell you that it's a black business. Please support me because, you got to support your own, and we've been through a lot. Fuck that shit. My service works so fucking good, I think I would be devaluing my product by announcing my race. I'm not saying to denounce your race. I'm saying stand on the facts that your product or your service is legit and it should be in the competitive market and maybe even realized as the number one amongst other merchants in the market. Stand on the quality of your product, not the complexion of your skin.
That's right.
Now, y'all may say this is some Uncle Tom shit I'm talking, but I tell you this, I don't need to sell my complexion to let you know that you can make money off of me and what I teach from stocks or from cryptocurrency. I got the BP Contract Killers course. I got thousands of receipts proving that my service works. And guess what? I got a bunch of non-black people who purchase my product with no question. And what I'm not going to do is alienate non-black people and say that my product isn't available to them. I offer a service that black people should take advantage of, especially the likes of whom say that they are in poverty or they need more money. I offer it to you guys, but I'm not going to market myself in such a way that I'm going to ostracize or alienate non-black people from also accessing the service, because I sell a service that can be used by any race, and I would just hope my people will use it to their advantage to free them from their captivity as far as their finances is concerned. But I will never solicit it as a black product.
Let me ask you a question. What do you say to those people who say, I want the old Brother Polight back?
I think that's disrespectful. And the reason why I say it's disrespectful, because they're talking about the brother that was constantly teaching on the streets. In this day and time, I teach more than I ever taught in my life because I got classes every weekend, every Saturday and every Sunday. I got Golden to Crisis stock classes available. I got the day trading course that's on Sundays available. I got UCC and real estate. I got a class coming up for UCC and real estate this Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm going to show you how to use cryptocurrency to purchase real estate and make tremendous profits, right? Inconceivable amount of profits that if I said it now, you'd be like, yo, Polight, you can't put $800 into something and make 100,000 or make 30, 40,000. I know the numbers sound crazy, but when I post those receipts and you see millionaires being born or people making $200,000, $300,000, I keep telling y'all, I was sent here to do this for my people. I'm not going into your Bible. I'm not going into your Quran, because I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of that shit is sensationalism. A motherfucker walking on water, or parting the Red Sea, multiplying loaves of bread, being swallowed by a whole fucking fish for 3 days, not being
don't stop talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Okay, not being messed up or digested by the fish, only to come out a whole freaking human being after staying 3 days and 3 nights inside of a fish. Understand, nobody can compete with that kind of fucking rhetoric. And I'm gonna make this clear again. People being swallowed by whole aquatic entities that exist in the sea, and coming out whole as if that entity doesn't have a digestive system. This is what you guys believe in. People walking on water. This is what you guys believe in. People parting the Red Sea. This is what you guys believe in. People dying and coming back in the same physical body. This is what you guys believe in. I'm not knocking you guys. Believe in what you want to believe. But you know what the problem about that is? When somebody comes and actually performs miracles before your eyes, actually is healing people from diabetes, actually healing people from all sorts of non-curable diseases such as cancer, then you guys don't give them the proper credit they do. I say, y'all, I was sent here to make my people money. And I'm making millionaires left and right, making that shit look easy as a 10th grade dropout. I've written over 90 books. I speak 7 languages, one of which I created fluently. Some of you heard me rap in 4 different languages already. Fluently. And I'm over here playing with the fucking money, playing with this shit. I'm a multi-millionaire, and I made my wives millionaires. And I'm working on the women I'm courting right now to make them millionaires. And I got strangers, people I don't even fucking know, that's like, yo, you changed my life, Polight. You changed my life. I got people sending me receipts of making $300,000, $500,000, $1.2 million, $960-something thousand. But you can't appreciate me because I ain't walk on water. But I live amongst you, and I'm doing this. And making money has been one of the most difficult tasks and daunting tasks for people of my complexion. Because there's so many booby traps set. Credit card, redlining, mortgage hypothecation. There's so many traps set for us, and we didn't come into generational wealth that we can't even appreciate the likes of a Dr. Sabi or his student whom he has taught directly. The only person that he did lectures next to. But you know what we do? You got the punk asses that are his children, some of them, knocking me because they don't got a large following. And I'm like, yo, bro, you could promote yourself without speaking about me. You feel what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me because your daddy didn't want to do lectures with you, that he did lectures with me only. Don't get mad at me because your daddy said, I'm his superhero, I'm his hero. This is on tape. Dr. Sabi said, I'm his hero. Okay? So don't get mad at me because he gifted me with the knowledge and empowered me with the ability to teach with him all over the world. That's not my fault. All these other people supporting and glorifying, fine. But you can never take away the fact that that man who has cured so many people world over has empowered me with the knowledge. And the main reason I don't be teaching it on a certain level is because I know what they'll do to me. I'm already making people millionaires. Then over here helping people with the healing, yo, all I need is somebody to say, yo, I bought his product and I got sick and da-da-da-da, so they can have me under the fucking prison prematurely. Right. So what I do, I got a holistic mathematics course that we're resurrecting. I got a holistic mathematics course that we're resurrecting at the top of next month, okay, where I show you how to produce these things yourself so you can be your own herbalist. So that way my hands is clean. And you can buy this, buy that, you can mix it this way. And guess what? You ain't got to spend no thousands of dollars on no packages. You'll be able to do what you can with your own hands, understand which herbs cancel the other herb out, because you got to know that. You can't just mix anything together. You got to understand if you got a citrus fruit, that when the citrus fruit is on the outside, it's acidic, but when it comes into the body, it's alkaline. You got to understand these types of things. If you don't understand these types of things, then guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? If you don't understand these types of things, it's not going to be beneficial to you. Okay? It's just only in fun. Right? Oh yeah, I mix this because this has this vitamin. I mix it, so this should be good when I put them together. No, you're going to cancel it out. And you won't be the benefactor of consuming these products. You got something like oxygen that's extremely flammable and poisonous at times, right? And you got hydrogen that's extremely flammable, okay, and poisonous, right? But if you mix the right combination of oxygen and hydrogen, you get a molecule of water that not only constitutes but sustains life. So we got to deal with chemistry, which is the chemet mystery. Chemistry is the chemet mystery, and chem meaning black. So it's a black my story. It's my story of being black. This thing gets deep. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown. But the way I got to go about disseminating this information, I have to do it with strategy. So watch this. I didn't say all of this for no reason. When people say they want the old Polight, I never left. But the more money and the more popularity I get, I have to move differently.
Absolutely.
Because y'all want me out there still on the front line on CNN, on C-SPAN, on Fox. These are all channels I spoke on.
That's right.
Sticking up for my people. And guess what? When I was sticking up for my people, there was a plethora of agents doing videos to make you guys distrust me. And so when the distrust started being created, a lot of y'all turned your backs on me. Fine. But all I can see is, damn, I'm going to wind up in prison, and my children are going to they're going to be just like in the legacy of other black leaders that did great, where the black leader is on decline in a nursing home, out here on these streets broke, or in prison, and everybody waiting for the next person to be a martyr. So I pumped the brakes and said, I got to find a more strategic, less volatile way to disseminate this information. Because watch this. He don't teach all the things he used to teach. You know why? Because my social media platform is so powerful, because I got videos in the 30 millions, because I got videos in the 10 millions, because I got videos in the 2 millions, because I got videos on Instagram. We all know how hard it is to actually get our own followers to be part of the view system, because they be compromising the algorithm. You can have thousands of people following you, and then you look at the numbers on your video like, what the fuck? I actually put up videos, and they still do 500,000 on Instagram. Still do
let me ask you a quick question.
And,
do you remember the first video that went viral? The first video that went viral.
Man,
I remember
the first video that went viral. I didn't know nothing about YouTube, and I found out about it on the streets. And I was teaching about the connection between sex and music and our organs, and how our organs get played, and we got eardrums, drums get beat, vocal cords get played. The skin is our largest organ, organs get played, heartbeat, you know, and how important it is when we die to leave here on a good note, right? And note still reflects music, and that the base pairs on the DNA like adenine, guanine, cytosine, tyrosine, how those have correlations with the keys on the piano, or like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Like I did a whole thing on breaking down how the sperm hits the ovum, and that's a big bang on a microscopic level, and it produces the sound of D major, the same sound that emanates from every black hole out of space. I did a whole thing on that, and it went viral, and I didn't even know. And people's coming up to me on the street like, I saw you on YouTube, and I'm like, what is that? Because I was out the loop, because it took me a long time to deal with the internet at that level, right? And social media. So I was viral on YouTube because someone posted the video, and eventually I'm like, yo, whatever did that, I want to be part of that and start posting more. You know what I'm saying? And traditionally, the videos you post yourself won't go viral. Somebody else would take it, or a celebrity would take it and repost it, and then it catches fire normally on someone else's media. So the powerful thing about me is I can post something on my media, and it's been going viral as of the last couple years on my own media, which is very important, because it takes the power out of other people's hands. Because sometimes you could be a slave to wanting to be on someone's platform just for the virality effect, right? and then you don't even establish a certain presence on your platform. But what I wanted to say to people is this. Y'all got to understand, if I said the C word or I say the number 19, right? Y'all got to understand, if I talk about those shots, y'all got to understand the video will get taken down. And then they'll threaten to get rid of the whole Instagram. So while y'all telling me be revolutionary and talk about this and talk about that, when I speak about certain things, they don't put up a post saying this is misinformation. I never got a misinformation warning, because if I did, it would come up on your page and they would say this is misinformation. I never got one of those warnings. I get the this is dangerous. And if you keep this up, this will go. And in fact, we took it down already. And if you fuck around, you won't have one. Like, you know, and not in those words, but almost in those words.
Right. Pretty similar. I'm gonna ask my last. Listen, I'm gonna ask my last.
So basically, if I was rapping about destroying my community, I'd be lit right now. So when y'all say, yo, sometimes you don't talk about certain issues, I don't, because I can bring those issues to my website and to my media inside of that platform, and I got more control over there. But when I come here, I just play by the damn rules. When I wait. Oh, anyway, I saw that. But what's going on over there? Stop. But
no, that's one of my graphic designers.
Oh, that's what we call them. I got a few graphic designers at the house too.
No, so, but listen. I'm gonna ask one question, one last question.
I got four graphic designers in the house right now.
No, I'm asking. No, it's not like that.
No, one of them is a video editor. Okay, 3 is graphic designers. Go ahead.
Well, listen. Okay, I'm gonna ask my last question. How come you stop responding to trolls and other people constantly doing videos on you? I'm gonna leave that question there, and I'm gonna let you answer the question. I'll be watching from in the background. Do your best.
The background, where the graphic designers at?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Love you, my brother. Love you.
Yeah, I bet you do. You full of love now. You like, yo, this is the last question. Damn, the power of the black woman. My goodness, that dude got out of there. He's like, yo, I'm not working for you at this hour. These is after hours, Polight. Dang, pay a guy over $20,000 damn dollars, and he can't stay on the stream once the black woman come out. That's how powerful she is. She ain't paying him what I'm paying him. But anyway, we gonna have a talk. You know, we gotta have a talk, Dennis. That was crazy. That was real crazy. Yeah, graphic designer my ass. Yeah, you gonna do some graphic designing, huh? You're gonna do a lot of graphic designing in that back room. I got you. Yo, I don't even know what you asked me, man. But oh yeah, the trolling. I don't deal with the trolls because I don't want to give them free promotion. Okay. And like I said before, I oftentimes wonder if somebody just like vehemently goes against me and they do it on a consistent basis, I then start to wonder if they was hired to probe me. I wonder if someone is hired to just push my buttons to see what things are my triggers so they can use my lower emotion against myself. So I tend to not want to play my hand. I show people what I choose to show them. You know, like I had a Negro say, you show everything on social media. If you were smart, you wouldn't do that. I said, yo, how the hell could you know if I show everything? What does everything consist of in my world? I show you what I choose to show you. That's how that works. So one thing I don't contribute to is dialogue and diatribes with antagonists online, because I question their motives, because I know what I'm doing for the people. And if you're doing all this research to find something bad about me, you should find that much more research about things that's great about me. And that's my great outweighs, my operative great outweighs the speculative bad. So what I don't want to do is give them signs that, oh, Polight doesn't like this or Polight doesn't like that. Because these people are very sophisticated. When we talk about covert operatives, it comes in different ways. They can send a woman just to get close to me, just to realize the nuances of my business and how I do stuff, and then sabotage me from the inside, where now the whole thing is about creating distrust amongst you and the people. I work real hard to rebrand myself and separate myself from certain individuals. And when I did, a lot of the chaos stopped, which made every individual that I was around suspect. But I know all of them aren't bad people. But I know when I eliminated all of them and started over, I wound up in great grace. So I'm not going back and dealing with any of these